Okay, check this out. This right here, this is my car. And you might be looking at it thinking, you know, like, were you driving super fast and you brake check someone on the highway? Or, you know, maybe I was reversing way too quickly and I hit someone. But no, unfortunately, none of that is true. I was literally not in the car. I was upstairs in my room, and I heard a really loud crashing sound, which is kind of terrifying to hear inside your room and happen right outside your house. So there's a guy driving down my street, which people don't drive that fast. I live kind of in the downtown of a small town. No other cars on the road, and somehow he rear-ended my car very, very hard. It might be totaled, we'll see. The damage doesn't look good. It's definitely been just a headache the last few days. It just feels like another thing that's been added to a long list of ways that life just hasn't been easy lately. I guess if I could use one word to kind of just describe this season of life that I've been in lately, the word would be uncertain. I graduated college a year and a half ago, and since then, it feels like everything about my life has quickly become radically different. I've had a lot of close friends get married, which is amazing, but also what that means though is that it definitely affects your relationship with them. And it's all still good, but it's different. And then on top of that, I've had pretty much every close friend of mine move away. And having friends move away is tough. You know, like I live in one of the most expensive states in the country, and it's reached the point where if you're someone in your early 20s, it's pretty much impossible to afford to live here unless you're living with your parents. And again, like, I'm happy for them, but life's just different around here. It's tough when you're in college and it feels like you hear everyone around you talking about, you know, what their dream job would be or their dream life would be. And sometimes it's tough to feel like you're the only one who doesn't know what's coming next. You know, like, I want to be someone who works hard, who pursues goals. At times, I'm just asking myself the question, though, like, what is this all for? Yeah, in some ways, I feel the same way that I felt when I was at the end of high school. I remember, you know, just being in this weird season of, you know, the next chapter wasn't one that I was necessarily excited about, but I also was happy that it was different than the season that I was in. It's a tough place to be. I don't want to be the type of person who, you know, uproots my entire life and changes everything about it just because I'm scared of the uncertainty. Instead, I want to be someone who stays strong doing things that are important to me, even when I can't see the long-term vision. And I mean, even the last few years, like what I was talking about with having friends move away and get married and stuff like that, it definitely hasn't all just like happened at once. Like, it wasn't just one day where it's like, bang, no one's here. Kind of what happened was, you know, a lot of those friends who got married and moved away and stuff like that, it's not like they were my only friends, right? And we still, you know, all keep in touch, but I'm the type of person where sometimes I struggle to keep up with people if I'm not interacting with them on a regular basis. But I had a couple of really, really close friends over the last year and a half. It was like we did everything together. You know, we would get tacos together every single week. We'd hang out. We'd always be doing stuff, always be talking. And then, you know, when you have two amazing close friends like that both move away in a period of a couple months, you know, it's tough because there goes my whole world. I can't go to a fancy taco restaurant by myself. What do? Do I just DoorDash the same meal to my house? I still talk to those guys all the time. They're probably watching this video. They're amazing people. But man, I feel like I've almost been left behind. Everyone's off chasing their dreams and I'm here stuck trying to just keep working at the things that matter to me, things like YouTube, even though I'm not seeing crazy results yet. But it feels weird to just, you know, keep grinding at things that not too many people care about in the real world. I'm so thankful for all of you watching this and I'm so glad that you're here. But at the same time, you know, like, this right here isn't something that people that I interact with in the real world always understand. And they don't know why I've put hundreds and hundreds of hours into this just to have 1,000 subscribers. I'm so thankful for every one of those people. But at the same time, it can be tough trying to say, you know, this is my dream. This is something that's important to me when the rest of the world is chasing after other things and my friends are chasing after other things. And a lot of nights I just kind of get home from work and I start trying to plan the next YouTube short or TikTok, and it feels like I'm kind of in my own world, but it feels like it's not necessarily something that I've chosen. It feels like something that I've kind of been forced into just because of the way that life has gone for a lot of my friends. It was weird. After the other day when my car got hit, it kind of felt like life slowed down a lot, which was actually a really nice change. I mean, the day that it happened, that night, I had a terrible time sleeping. I don't think I fell asleep till maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. But there was something that was really nice about that change in the way that life slowed down. And I think a big part of it was just that I didn't really drive for a few days. And usually, you know, like that is a way that I spend my time, and, you know, I'll go grab food somewhere or whatever. But it was definitely weird all of a sudden just sitting at home, not really doing too much, not really having too many people to hang out with. But at the same time, when I think about my own life, I'm still just, I feel like I'm at square one. I'm at the beginning. I have no clue what's coming next. And I'm a little bit of a control freak, so not knowing what's next can be really terrifying. But I wanted to pull up a quote real quick on my phone. I read a book recently called Big Magic about creativity, being creative. There's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't necessarily agree with, but also a lot of really inspirational lines that have helped me a lot. But here's a quote that I wrote down as I was reading it. Failure has a function. It asks you whether you really want to go on making things. And as I've been in this season where it feels like I'm failing in every single thing that matters to me. It feels like the friendships in my life aren't where I want them to be. It feels like with my long-term career, I have no clue what the future is going to look like. But at the same time, every single time I've faced this failure, it's made me ask myself the question, is it worth it to keep going on, or should I throw it all away to pursue something else that someone else is dreaming about because they look so happy chasing it, and I'm just gonna give up on all of this? And as I've taken time to really sit down and really to think about it, it's been this incredible reminder that yes, it's worth it. Yes, I still want these things. Yes, I'm gonna keep pursuing learning how to use a camera and interacting with artists. And even though I have no clue what the niche of this YouTube channel is supposed to be, but I do know that this right here is something that, at least for this season of my life, that I'm supposed to be doing. It's something that I love, that I've learned to do, that I enjoy. And the fact that there are people who want to watch these videos and are also enjoying it just makes me so happy. Even if we haven't met yet in person, just people hitting like on a video or sharing, it feels like it's a cliche, like trying to ask people to do that, but it's not. What I'm saying is that for everyone who's done that, for everyone who's just sat around and watched one of these videos, I'm super, super thankful. And as I've gotten to slow down a little bit and just kind of think through, you know, like, what is this season of life supposed to be? I'm here to learn, I'm here to grow, and I'm here to try to make videos. And I'm probably gonna fail a lot, and that's okay. I was recently listening to a podcast with these guys called Colin and Samir. They had a YouTuber named Preston Goes On, but he was talking about a quote that he actually heard on one of their podcasts. But the quote says, "Failure is not a roadblock to success. Failure is the road to success." So every single time that I post a video and it gets like 5 views, what I try to think about is, this isn't a roadblock in getting there. This is the road to get there. I need to have videos that get 5 views if I'm someday gonna get videos that get 5,000 views or more than that, you know? So as I think about kind of what happened with my car, you know, it's frustrating. It is what it is. But guess what? I live in an amazing country and I have car insurance. And you know what? Hopefully things are sorted out well. We'll see what happens, but I'm gonna have to trust the process with that. And my grandfather is an amazing guy, and he's letting me borrow one of his old cars. So I still have a way to get to work. All of my needs are met right now, right? Like, I have everything I need. I have this camera that I get to film with right now. I have a computer that I'm gonna get to edit with later. I have a house, I have loving parents, I have a family, I have a job, I have a relationship with God. I know that I'd rather choose to live in the uncertainty than live a life that's certain and outside of what's best for me. So I'm just here to document the journey. If you wanna join along, hit the subscribe button, and I'd love to just get to know you better.